Greetings, family. I'm happy to be connected to you through this medium. And it's been a long time coming. And I'm very excited to share what I've been working on for the last few years. I know I've been off the radar, and my return has been just kind of like out of the blue. But I've done a lot of things behind the scenes that will get people all caught up and trading geometry just like the times of old. So if this is your first time, my name is Papa Smurf, or that's what people know me by. But if you are someone that has walked with me before, I would like to say welcome back. And I want to share the opportunity of this new academy to you. And let's just say that I'm just grateful to be alive. Let's just put it that way. All right. So we have presentations and other material that will come out in the future. But right now, I just want to work from our student handbook and allow you to be able to go through the information as I'm talking about it. And at the end of the presentation, you can either go through my form or the person that invited you to this presentation and go through their form so that you can get started in this journey. This handbook is pretty much a copy and paste version of what I've been doing with another broker. When I decided to come back, I decided to kind of abolish the traditional way of doing mentorship, and that was pay for a course or pay for subscriptions or pay for signals, and you hope that you'll be able to pass your prop firm and all that other good stuff, right? And I decided when I was coming back that I would rather want to work with brokers and get paid through commissions via trades generated than make people go out of pocket. The reason being is because so many people have been burnt by MLM, they've been burnt by other mentors. I wanted to produce something different. I wanted to produce something state of the art, and I wanted to produce something that has value so that you know that you're well taken care of. So upon this comeback, I partnered with a broker called WorldTrade. And for all transparency's sake, I have a nice relationship with that broker. But then there was an issue that we'll come across when we get into the next section. As you go through this handbook, if you don't know much about my history, this part will catch you up. I did have an academy before called Smurf Village, and I figured through this comeback, if I'm going to go under the Papa Smurf moniker, maybe Smurf Village might not be the wisest thing to do. I don't want to get a letter or a cease and desist operating under that moniker. So I kind of changed it up. I changed the way the academy worked. I didn't like how things went in a certain direction. I didn't like how people took my material in the name of Smurf Village and created their own academies and hurt people in the process. So I wanted to come with a full rebrand of the Market Rhino or the Rhino Academy. And so you get to read all about who I am and what I've been through, my impact in IML as a former swipe trade master, giving signals to the whole company. They have now rebranded and gone on to do bigger and better things. But my contributions to the industry, particularly in Africa, I believe that they are kind of unmatched, and I wanted to bring something to the table that will allow people to participate freely without the stress of paying for subscription. Now, this is where the main part comes in. Again, I've spoken about I have a deal with WorldTrade, and that is pretty much providing a trading scholarship program that allows people to fund their account and get access to material. And as they grow their account, they'll get access to more services and more courses. And so because this model has been doing so well in Africa so far, within a short period of time, we have over 30 partners and close to about 400 clients. Brokers all over the world were contacting me to see if I could replicate that service to them because WorldTrade cannot operate in certain jurisdictions. So I'm actually leaving a segment of the audience out that can benefit from this sort of program. And so through much research and through a lot of conversations, I decided to let my academy be leveraged and partner with Liquid brokers. Okay. So you'll get to know more information about Liquid, what they do, what they offer, how their interface is like, what their advantage is, how they are a leading competitor in the space, and how they can also help bridge the gap, because I would love for everybody to be able to participate in this program, but World Trade can only go so far. So Liquid being able to fill the gap and be able to service clients in so many different places in the US, in Canada, in Europe and the EU. And that was very important to me. I felt very comfortable of being able to work with a few brokers simultaneously that will cover areas that other brokers cannot really cover. Now, I know Liquid covers Africa and all those places, but through discussions through my broker, I know how far I can go when it comes to certain promotions, and the least I can do when it comes to other promotions. And so as we go through this handbook, you will get to know exactly where you fit and how exactly you can get started through this program. So let's get through all of this, because you have a copy of your own handbook. What I want to kind of explain is how the course format is, how the academy structure is, because that is pretty much what everyone wants to know. How is your academy different to everybody else? What do you have to offer that is competitive and that will allow people to get the best value? And so I have created an academy that has 10 courses and 4 to 5 different services depending on the broker. And you're going to see that when you start, you go through different color levels, starting from the blue level at the beginners, going all the way to black, and that is the pro level. And as you fund your account with a minimum of 120 or 200, you're going to get access to the beginner course where you can learn, you can grow, and you can get the right mentorship as you go. So how does this structure work? Sign up with Liquid, you have $200, you fund your account. Upon verification, you're going to get access to the beginner's course. The beginner's course is at $200. Now, as you grow your account, you're going to unlock more courses. Some courses have other features that you would like, and other courses are just the materials. So for example, the beginner's Forex course is not only video presentation, but you have guides that you will be able to follow. You have assignments that you would need to submit, and then you have exams that you would need to pass, so that we are confident that everything at that level you understand, and you'll be able to go on to the next level. What a lot of people do is they rush through information thinking that the more courses they have, the smarter they are, therefore, the more they deserve to be profitable in the markets. And that's not so. I want to make sure that every person coming through the academy is fully understanding what they are doing. It's not just because you bought the course and that you've watched a video. I want to be able to see that you demonstrate what you know. And if you can't demonstrate that, I will be able to pull you back in and say, hey, you're not doing this correctly, do it again. And look, it's not compulsory that you need to do all the assignments, and it's not compulsory that you need to do the exams. But if you want to get the best value for education, it is important that you go through the process as a student. And so the beginner's course, you will see the course modules that are there, starting from the introduction of Forex, going all the way through to a basic overview of pending orders. Now, when you grow your account from 200 to 250, you will unlock the next course. Now, I hope you see how this formula works. As you grow, you will then earn more courses. More courses have more information. They have a Discord group that you can ask questions. They have a community where you can bond with other traders that are learning alongside with you, and you'll feel like you're growing and you're working towards something. Sometimes when we're trading and we don't have a goal in mind, we start trading recklessly. But if we know that when we go from 200 to 250, we get another course, it allows you to pause and reset, get the next course, and then start your journey again. The BFX broker course does not have any assignments. It's just basic information about brokers, what you need to understand in the event of a dispute, why there are swap fees, what are commissions for, etc., etc. So after the BFX broker course, we move on to the intermediate Forex studies. And that means you have grown your account from $250 to $400. So when you get your account up to $400, you unlock the purple level, which is intermediate. And that's where you begin to sink your teeth into chart patterns, economic calendar, calculating pips and lots, looking at how to use TradingView, how to use MetaTrader if you're not in the US. There will be tutorials on how to use liquid charts. But this is where you start to sink your teeth into and you get your first steps of trading independently. Okay. Again, some courses have assignments and some don't. Fortunately for intermediate, because it's the introduction to a new color level, which is purple, you will have to do some assignments, you will have to do some exams. So I know you are competent enough to be able to go to the next level. And as you grow from 400 to 600, you'll get the next purple level course, which is psychology. Very important module about how to have your mind in the right space, knowing how to journal things properly, how to plan correctly, how to be able to push through all the things that block your mind to be able to think rationally and think clearly. That is all covered in the intermediate level. Now, pay attention to the colors because later on, there are some services that are tethered to this color level. So when you unlock certain courses, you're also going to unlock certain services that are tied to those levels. Going on, we reach the green level. And the green level simply means that you went from mindset, which is at $600, and you grew your account from 600 to 800. And this is where things start getting a little bit difficult because this is pretty much all on Fibonacci. This is now your road to trading geometry. Now, if you were around in 2018 and 2019, at the time I was giving signals for that previous company, I was on fire. I mean, everybody had heard of me at that time. I was an unknown nobody in Sydney, Australia, minding my business. All of a sudden, I'm in the top echelon of traders giving signals for the entire company. And I remember giving setups that were all about, TP1, 200 pips, like things were just hitting. And it led to being able to fly around the world and teach what I know. And it was geometry that pretty much brought me to the forefront. And so you get to now fully understand how my mind works when it comes to things like Fibonacci, Fibonacci arcs, Fibonacci fans, Fibonacci extensions and expansions. You get to now dive into my mind so you can replicate those results for yourself. And as you continue growing and you go from 800 to 1,200, you'll get the account management course. Now, this is not a license to manage people's funds. Account management is all about diversification and getting to a point where you grow your portfolio to be just more than one account. I want you to be able to grow your account to maybe 3 or 4 accounts, 10 accounts, 20 accounts, so that in the event that you blow one account, you have some other accounts to be able to fall back into. Again, remember the color green because that's going to be very important as I continue to go on this presentation. Now, leaving the green level and entering into the gold level or the yellow level, you're growing your account from 1,200 to 1,600. You will then unlock the expert course. An expert kind of doubles into smart money, my variation of it, on the important things to be able to look out for. It covers risk management in a lot more depth, and it covers a thing called position management. And position management is the art of being able to stack trades gracefully. There is a method to it, and I know a lot of people just get excited by the notion of, I want to be able to flip 100 to 1,000. I want to be able to flip 15 to 6,000. I want to be able to do 10,000 to 100,000. And sometimes people think stacking 100 entries at once is the way to go. So I kind of break that down and I'll show you that no, there is an art to it and there is a method to it. And when you follow it correctly, you will do quite well. Expert also has exams and assignments that you would need to complete. But then as you grow your account from 1,600 to 2,400, you will get the indicator case study. And in this particular case, it's the MACD. Now, if you trade other oscillators like the RSI or the CCI or the stochastic, you can apply what you've learned with the MACD into those other indicators. But it gives you a second look as to how to spot different forms of divergences and confirm breakouts, and knowing the structures of highs and lows and being able to mesh those up with things like order blocks and fair value gaps and all that good stuff. And so as you leave the gold level and enter the black level, you are growing your account from 2,400 to 3,200. And this is the level where everyone wants to be. Everyone sees my triangles, my rhombuses, my rectangles, and they want to know more about it. And I remember coming up with this theory and this concept in 2017. And I had one guy who was with me, and I just told him, like, I think I've stumbled across something through all of my frustrations with, indicators doing me wrong and scalping here and there. I felt like I found something not just for me, but it was made by me. And this is what I'm known for, the rhombus theory. Everything to do with the way I trade geometry is here. And once you get there, you will not be able to look at the charts any other way than through triangles or through rectangles. And so that's growing your account to 3,200. Now, the black level also has a service that's attached to it, which we will cover shortly. From 3,200 to the final level of 4,800, you have unlocked all the courses, and you have unlocked the final course that has a case study on the different currencies. So I break down what each currency means to me and what I think those currencies do in terms of playing a role in the economy and on the charts. And then I also do a case study with certain stories in the Bible, but through the trading lens. And so I marry those two things together because I believe that the pro level just unlocks your thinking when it comes to trading. So that is pretty much just the overall course structure, right? But then there are services. Now, when it comes to growing the course, you might say as a beginner, well, I don't really know much about trading. So how can I grow the course and grow my account and then get access to extra courses? Well, when you deposit with $200, you will not only get access to the beginner's course, you're going to get access to the Mentorship Academy as well. And the Mentorship Academy has educational markups, it has interactions, you have 100 hours worth of webinars from past live sessions, and then you have trade ideas by me and a few other people that will help you grow your account. So we'll be able to call trades, and they won't be just spitfire trades. There will be good trades that will have solid risk to reward ratios, but it will allow you to be able to learn and earn as you go. And so you won't feel the pressure of having to study and then all of a sudden you have to mark up your chart and trade as well. We will do that on our end to ensure that you are able to grow your account responsibly. So again, when you deposit with $200, not only do you get the beginner's course, you're going to get access to the mentorship portion as well. And again, it's all free. Everything just depends on your deposit into your account. Now, going into the service section, there are non-affiliated broker-affiliated products, and then there are affiliated broker products, right? We only want to cover what is affiliated to Liquid. And so you can notice that each of these different services, they have colors that are attached to them. So if you remember, I spoke about the advanced level with Fibonacci. When you grow your account from 200 to 800, you unlock the copy trader. And so you will be able to open a second account and grow that account passively to a copy trader. But the most beautiful thing about it all is that we have a new deposit tier, which I'll go through shortly, that will allow you to get access to a PAM. And that PAM is doing incredible stuff, but it involves a higher level of deposit. So when we get to that portion, I'll explain fully what that involves. So the green level is the copy trader. You grew your account from 200 to 800. You've unlocked several courses. You've unlocked advanced, and now you unlock the copy trader. Now, when you unlock the gold level, not only will you get access to everything else, but you get to join the Sway funded club. And so what we now do is we get all of our knowledge from everything that we've learned, and we start leveraging with prop firms. And we're going to be partnering with Sway Funded when it comes to this. And the overall aim with this is to help you get a portfolio of $1 million in funding And we are aiming for each person that participates in this mentorship to have an excess or a combined payout total of $100,000. That's going to be something very proud of us to be able to display. That's going to involve webinars and also extra signals or setups that you can copy, and you can ask questions and you can grow with other people that are looking to grow as well. So as you get to the gold level, not only do you get access to expert, but you get access to the Sway funded club. Now, the black level club is the millionaire club. So what we want to do is after you grow and get payouts of about 100,000 or more through Sway funded, we want you to open a new account with Liquid. And what we're trying to do is we're going to do our $25,000 challenge to $1 million. And so we want to be able to grow that. And so at the end of it, not only we have 1 million in prop capital or prop portfolio, but then you have literally 1 million in liquid cash. And so that's the aim there. So when you get to pro, the millionaire club will be unlocked for you as well. So I know that that's a lot to cover when it comes to the academy, but there is more. All right. We want to incentivize your learning. So it's not just about you going through the motions, but there are rewards and there is a merit to what you are doing. And so we've introduced the concept of badges. Okay. We want to treat the academy like a school. So you're going back to school, you're learning just like you would do in kindy, going through year one, going through high school, university, etc. And so as you grow, you unlock certain badges that can be used as leverage in the future, and we will introduce that down the road. But an example is when we open the door to have additional educators on board, we are going to have to look at certain metrics, but certain things that an individual would need to have is what badge do they have? So for example, if you are going to be a BFX educator, you would need a minimum of a teacher's pet badge, and then you would need to have a certain exam score to be able to be even considered. Because I personally believe that you cannot teach what you don't know. All right. So if you cannot demonstrate academically that you have done your part, then I can't entrust you with students to teach them and to be able to help them grow if you haven't led by example. So I hope that makes sense. So badges have many different categories, which I think you will love, and I think it will be very exciting. And hopefully getting into Q2 of the year, or getting into late Q2, early Q3, we'll have these minted into physical representation so that when we do events, we can present them to individuals who have done the most when it comes to their learning. And so let's go over the badges quickly, and then I can tell you how exactly you can get started with the academy. The different categories include acquisition badges, okay, academic badges, and then there are trading badges. And we're going to go through all of them pretty quickly so you get an understanding as to how it works. So for example, acquisition badge just means that you've either purchased, if you're not with a broker, or you have earned that course through account growth. Once you get there, you've unlocked a new badge, right? And so congratulations, you've got your badge when you, excuse me, when you deposit with $200 and you've gotten your beginner's course and you've gotten your mentorship. First thing, you've gotten access to those badges. But then moving on, academically, we have 3 categories. We have a category for assignments, we have a category for exams, and then we have a category for the speed at which you complete that course, okay? And so everything's in this handbook. So the categories for assignments are teacher's pet, which means you completed at least 80% of the assignments, okay? Doesn't mean that they are correct. It just means that you've completed them. Or you're on the honor roll and you've done all of your assignments, submitted them, they've been marked, they've been approved, and you've done 100% of them, okay? Then the second category are the exams. So between the score of 80% to 87 is the first category. Then 88% to 93% is the second category. And then 94% and above is the highest level badge you can get in that category. So what you need to know is that in each category, when it comes to badges, you can only get one. Okay, so it's always best to do it right the first time through. For speed, each course has its own speed metric. So for example, for the beginners, if you're able to complete the beginner's course in 3 days or less, you will get what is known as the fast starter badge. Okay. If you're a non-broker person, so you don't want to go through the broker, you will see numbers that are next to each of these badge categories. And what they simply mean is that when you earn one of those badges, that is the number discount you can use for your next purchase. But if you're with Liquid, you're not purchasing any courses. You're just going to grow your account and unlock them. So there's something for everyone in the academy. So again, each course has its own level of what the exam score is, what the fast starter is, what the assignments are, okay? The next category are mentorship badges, right? And then there are the top academic badges. So for example, if you get an average score of 94% on all of your exams, you'll get the valedictorian badge, okay? If you get the highest mark in all maybe 4 courses, but then you get a lower mark in the 5th course, then you get the next badge, and so on and so forth. So obviously you want to be able to go for the valedictorian badge because that badge, as it's being produced, is probably the most beautiful badge. It has, diamantes in it. It's very prestige looking. So you want to kind of earn your way towards that. Then there are the trading badges, and the trading badges have categories that are inside that will be very exciting. There are trading badges for how many pips you get, trading badges for account growth on certain levels, trading badges for percentage gain and to be able to stay within a certain amount of drawdown. And then pips when it comes to a certain amount of pips you can get within the time period, starting from 1,000 pips to about 50,000 pips, and all within a time period, okay? Then there's the prop firm badge. And so that's going to be really handy when we get into Sway Funded and we start trading there. We want to be able to see, can you pass through the verification on your first try? Can you pass within 5 days or less? Can you pass both verifications? Can you get 15% profit? What about 100% profit? We want to be able to see the type of people that we produce through this academy, and having badges will be the greatest way to be able to determine that metric. Now, getting started, this is a QR code that goes to my form. Obviously, if someone else gave you a link to this presentation, you are not meant to scan this code. You are going to go back and scan their own or click on their own and go through their form. As you go through, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to see their name or my name in the form and the email address, because each partner of ours gets automated responders when you complete the form. Not only that, you'll see their IB or their partner link inside the form where you can register to Liquid. And then going through, you'll pick a deposit option. Remember, there are different deposit options depending on the type of package you want. And if you remember, I mentioned the PAM account earlier, and that is for people, for those who want to be able to deposit a minimum of $1,000 or more. When you deposit $1,000 or more, not only will you get access to the beginners, the intermediate level, and the advanced level, but you will also get access to the PAM account where you can connect and let the pros behind the scenes do what they do best. And so far, over the last, I think 6 months, they've done over 60% ROI, which is incredible, especially in the market conditions prior to the new president that has come into office. So that is something that is amazing. So what I want you to do is go through the form, talk to the person who showed you this presentation, and get started with us. At the end of the form, you'll see a link to our Discord community where you'll see all the other members, right? You have this handbook as your guide in case you're lost, but what you want to be able to do is make your way to the Discord, find the deposit verification channel, verify your deposit so that we can add you to the respective groups, and then begin your learning with us. If you have any questions, please ask them to the person that referred you to this video, or fill in the form, get into the Discord, and one of our admins will be able to support you all the way through. I hope this presentation was informative, and I hope that you have a little bit more confidence to know what is involved and have the confidence to be able to walk with us in this academy. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to walk with you. And I can't wait to see you grow. Have a good one and all the best of luck.